from a western town in Nebraska. Don't know why I left so long ago. All I know is this western town in Nebraska lives in my heart and my soul. Grew up in this western town in Nebraska. Running home from school, playing ball in the street.
Out of Omaha is the story about a woman who decides that she's taking her family to California for a vacation to break away from what has become the traditional family vacation of going to Branson every year.
I was working on this with Linda in LA for about a year, and we were deciding whether we really should do it in LA, which was convenient for us. We could get most of the stuff there, most of the crew, most of the support group, and somehow something called Out of Omaha, we figured should really be in Omaha.
It is the location, it is the truth of the city, and I do think once we got here, and especially once the actors got here and they saw the personality of the city, that it really did give them a different level of what they were doing, because it is such a nice city with nice people.
Action. Stu, you've got a perfectly good house with all the conveniences. Why not use it?
The hardest part of it probably, or without a doubt really, is choosing the right script. And that's both subjective and objective. And the second one would be finding the money. And in this case, we had a writer who came up with, I thought, a terrific script with layered and realistic characters that I strongly believed would attract wonderful actors. And in fact it did. Dave Foley was the first actor with whom we spoke about any of the roles. We didn't want a stereotypical performance for the role of Stu, and we felt Dave would bring his own sensibility, and he sure did. We asked how he'd approach the role, and he simply said, "I play the truth." As Dave was the, I guess you would say, the linchpin character in the script, Leah's character was the driving force. They played off each other beautifully, and they looked married.
I think that my character's, like typical of a lot of women. She's, who are 40. They get, they run their roost and they get real controlling and are disappointed in their life and want something more and are bored. And I think she's really smart and she's kind of sick of her little world.
The thing I loved about Patricia playing Aunt Bonnie was that she wasn't afraid of the vulnerability. Aunt Bonnie could have just been a high decibel character that just screamed her way through every scene.
I love the character. I think the character is a wonderful character. She's complicated and an interesting character, and I love that Linda didn't make her this sort of cliched, bossy, controlling, Christian, I think she made her a complicated, interesting woman.
Well, on the outside, it appears that she's probably more dysfunctional, or more blatantly dysfunctional than Stu and Ginger. But really, because, as Bette Midler says, everybody has a fried egg. Some people wear them on the outside, some people wear them on the inside. They wear their fried egg on the outside, so they look a little crazier, but they actually are better parents. They're actually somewhat more level-headed.
I play a sort of typical 15-year-old struggling to find her voice, against her parents. They're not listening to her and sort of going through the angst of leaving childhood and figuring out how to be an adult. And then my big thing in this little episode of their lives that we see is that I don't want to go on this stupid vacation. It's a stupid family vacation, and I just want to hang out with my boyfriend. And I don't dress appropriately. You know, of course, mother and daughter have all their battles. And so that's my big thing, my big catalyst for everything I do is to poke at my mom a little bit more at this film, which, you know, didn't have to do a whole lot of research to know how to do that. It's kind of something everybody goes through it, I think.
I think it's great. It's very quirky and funny, and in a way, it's a kind of a film about a borderline personality. I think Ginger's a little help. It's her trying to control everything, and everybody else is just trying to be.
And they didn't have this part in the movie at all. But as soon as Linda saw that movie, she opened this role for me as a Persian doctor.
Founder's not dead.
No.
The best I can ascertain, he just...
Founder fainted.
Fainted.
Mm-hmm.
I can be my real personality in this movie, my real Azadeh as I am in my show.
I think that the movie is a quest by Ginger to go to Doheny Beach, to get out of Omaha, not go to Branson, Missouri, go someplace different to Doheny Beach, which represents a perfect time in her life, a time when she had hope